Hey guys!
So this video is going to be interesting.
Very interesting.
So obviously a lot of you have noticed that the whole channel has been changing lately, and this video is going to explain where we're at and what's going on.
That's right. So some of you that are here, and most of the people that find us here on YouTube, actually find content that we created 2 years ago, well over 2 years ago. And the content that we created 2 years ago is not currently a reflection of how we live, and not currently a reflection of what we do on a day-to-day basis. So with that said and that in mind, we feel it's time to change the channel. The channel needs to change to reflect what we currently do and the lifestyle that we currently live now.
So much has happened in the last 2 years that when we look at ourselves in those beginning videos, it's like, who is that?
Fit Couple Cooks! Look at my hair.
That's a whole different story. But anyway, you know, it's just looking at yourself from 2 years ago. We've grown so much on so many different levels, and we have changed personally, physically, mentally, emotionally, and so, you know, we need to be in alignment with who we are and go on to the next evolution. So, should we reintroduce ourselves?
Right, so let this be an opportunity for us to reintroduce ourselves.
Because we don't really think a lot of you even really know why we started this channel in the first place.
That's right.
If you really want to appreciate something, you need to know why someone's doing what they're doing. And so let's start with Adam. Tell us a little bit about
Well, let's start
your
with you,
childhood.
because then that's how it flows better.
Oh.
Yeah, it starts with you.
Oh.
So I was just going to point.
I
was just going to point out that this channel started 2 years ago, but it's been going on for 4 years. Before we became Fit Couple Cooks, this channel was all about Steph and Chef Stef.
Chef Stef.
And then that platform was a stepping stone. The Chef Stef was a stepping stone to create Fit Couple Cooks once you met me.
Then I met this guy, an Australian chef and personal trainer. And now we are
Fit Couple Cooks! And then now we're in another position where we are evolving again.
Yes.
So let's take them back to where it all started and then tell them how you got up to meeting me and the channel.
Let's take it back now.
Take it back.
Okay, so basically, my childhood in a nutshell, up until my sophomore year of college, I was very uncomfortable in my body. I was always overweight. I was on Weight Watchers starting in like 3rd or 4th grade. I was always surrounded by people my age who were very tiny for their age, so it made me feel like I was an elephant, even though now I look back at these pictures from like 4th grade and I'm like, I wasn't even that big, but compared to my friends, I looked huge. So, you know, it's always a mind game. So, of course, my whole childhood, I grew up thinking I was so fat. And I was eating really unhealthy things, which we now know are unhealthy, but then we were told that everything like low fat, low sugar, chemical sugars, like all those things were supposedly the way to go if you're trying to lose weight. And so I spent my entire, up until my sophomore year, I got over 200 pounds my sophomore year of college. And that's when I finally figured out how to fix this. I started walking every day and eating more foods that I was cooking myself, because now I'm in college and I started to learn how to cook myself by being in my own apartment and having the ability to have a kitchen and cook. So, and not being on the dorm plan, because as many US kids know, if you're in a college, you have to eat the dorm food if you are living in a dorm. So once I learned how to cook myself, I started to drop weight naturally because I was just eating wholesome foods. And then it was basically my sophomore year of college that I went on a decline and started to learn how to eat better and everything. So then I got home from...
Well, you graduated with a master's degree from the University of Delaware.
I graduated from the University of Delaware with a master's degree in music performance. I'm actually an oboist. Shocking, I know. A lot of people have no idea that I'm actually a musician. And so when I came home from college, I didn't know what to do with my life. I moved to New York City, had a total mental breakdown in New York City, didn't achieve what I wanted to. I was managing a restaurant. Big dilemma. Okay, so then when I came home from that, I was like, what do I do with my life? And I had always been filming and editing. That was something that I thought was fun since I was like, you know, my dad got me a computer when I was like 12 or something and was teaching me how to do that. And then I was already on my own health journey, and I knew that I wanted to help other people learn how to eat healthy food. So I decided I'm just gonna make a channel and teach people how to cook healthy food, especially our generation, because our generation just eats out a lot, which is super unhealthy, it's expensive. And so that's what kick-started my weight loss journey, was eating healthy food.
And you started Chef Stef.
So I started Chef Stef.
That's right.
And that theme song, super catchy. If you've never seen those videos, they're pretty funny. Like when I look at those videos, who the heck is that? You'll know that the best part about football parties is obviously the food. What's a football party without guacamole? Not a good one.
That's the person I fell in love with, honey. That's the person I fell in love with.
I know, but you still love me now, right?
I know, you're cute.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So while Steph's doing that, right, you got me, Adam, hey guys, AB with you here, on the other side of the world in Australia, and all my life I had grown up being bullied for being fat, being slow, and being dumb. Right? So all my life I was picked on for being fat. People call me fat, people call me stupid.
People are mean.
Yes, right. Even my soccer coach, he called me speed hump because I slowed the other kids down. Right? That's just how life was for me growing up. I wasn't smart enough to go to university. I didn't get a good enough high school diploma degree to go to college in Australia. I ended up becoming a chef, and 2 years into my culinary career, my head chef turned to me. He was a new head chef, first day that he met me. And he said to me, Adam, you're an incompetent fuckwit and you'll never be a chef. So I've been told all my life that I'll never be able to achieve anything. My 5th grade teacher told me I'll never amount to anything. And so the one thing that all these people didn't back on is my determination to succeed, my determination to be successful. And so I then set on a mission in 2010, like I was probably at my lowest point. I was 231 pounds, and in 6 months I lost 80 pounds and went on a tear, like just achieving huge things in my life. So I lost 80 pounds, I became a qualified chef, started running a restaurant, and then I ended up becoming, in a few years later I became a personal trainer. I wanted to use everything that I had learnt in my journey to be able to help other people. So I started my own personal training business. That was an amazing experience, and then doing all this life coaching and personal training and everything led me to meet Stephanie, and we kind of had the same mission. So me being a professional chef, you know, knowing how to cook, meeting someone who has a YouTube channel who's wanting to help the world be healthy. I want to help the world be healthy. We thought it was just meant to be, right?
Divine.
And then a lot of you have been along with this whole journey. You've seen me go to America, come back to Australia.
Wait, I love that people comment and say like, I've been watching you since episode 1. That's really cool because you've seen our life unfold for the last 2 years. And actually one of the first things I said to you, I don't know if you remember this, on Messenger we were talking first and I was like, I have a YouTube channel, yeah. He was like, I'm a chef. And I was like, oh cool, well I have a YouTube channel. Like, I'm not really a chef, but I just make food. And don't watch the sweet videos though. It's like, those are really unhealthy. And so on that, at the time when I was trying to figure out, I had been making videos for a year and I was only getting about 300 views on a video. And I was making 2 videos a week and I was like super at it. I was making like 20 cents a month, something ridiculous. And then, but I just had determination. I knew that eventually something was going to happen. It was him. But anyway, I didn't know that. So
well, you had already amounted 10,000 subscribers.
Yes. By the time we switched, I was at 10,000.
Which is still really good.
Yes. But I was talking to somebody who has a cookie channel, and just because we were YouTube friends, and she was like, you should really try to make sweet videos because that's what people love to watch. And I was like, I don't want to make sweet videos because my whole goal is to make people healthier. So then I started to make sweet videos because I caved and I didn't know what else to do to try and find followers. And so then Viral Thread, when they had like just started, they just came out on Facebook and they took my Oreo bark video, which was a recipe I found online. It's not like I made up Oreo bark.
I told you to do that.
Actually, Adam told me to do that. He found it on a video. I was like, oh, you should make this on your channel. I was like, okay. So I made it and Viral Thread stole my video and didn't give me credit at all. And the video got to 28 million views within like a hot second. And I went, oh my God. And it wasn't because they stole my video and I got no credit for it. It was actually because I just influenced 28 million people to eat like sugar. And I was so against unhealthy, processed, refined sugars, still am. And so that really like threw me for a loop. I quit YouTube for a month, and I came back and decided, I made all those videos private, and I decided that from now on I will only make healthy videos.
That's right. And then around that time we started to rebrand. We had the two of us working together anymore.
Oh, it was really awkward because it would be like,
weird.
This is Chef Stef and Adam.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like, this is my friend Adam from Australia.
Hey guys, I have a very special guest chef here today from a very far away place. A place that you'll figure out as soon as he starts talking. So Adam, what are you going to share with us?
G'day Steph. Well, today we're going to make a date cake. It's gluten-free, it's vegan friendly, and so delicious you wouldn't even know it's healthy.
So let's get started. Yeah, so that got kind of awkward. So we knew we had to rebrand, and we knew that we were in it for the long haul. And actually, Julia from Healthy Junk Food, Julia and I were talking once on Messenger, and she was like, man, you're like putting a lot of bets on your relationship if you guys are going to rebrand together, because at the time we had only been together for like
we weren't even engaged yet.
Something like that.
Yeah, we weren't even engaged
Anyway,
yet.
It was funny. It was a joke. But it worked out, clearly.
It worked out.
So, I mean, we had already known that it was going to work out.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
So we decided that we were gonna rebrand because we both had different things that we wanted to talk about. I wanted to do one-pot meals, he wanted to do fitness and health and cooking and blah, blah, blah. And so we decided to rebrand and become Fit Couple Cooks.
That's right. And so if you watch that trailer, we don't actually use the word meal prep at all in that trailer. We say healthy recipes, we say
tons of fitness tips,
and we say exposing misleading information about both industries.
We're gonna share with you quick, easy recipes, give you tons of fitness tips, and expose misleading information about both industries.
So doing a tally, I have 4 fitness videos in the past 2 years and 2 misleading exposed videos in the last 2 years. So we didn't do that part. We started the channel within 1 month.
Well, that was what we wanted to do.
That's what we wanted to do.
That was our goal.
That was the goal.
And so what happened was when we started, if you look at those videos at that time, I made like sweet potato muffins and like random other videos. And then we decided that we were going to make a meal prep video because my whole relationship with Adam up until that day, we used to talk and he would be at his gym and he would be sitting there eating his meal prep. He would eat chicken, broccoli, and rice constantly. All I ever heard were the words chicken, broccoli, rice, chicken, broccoli, rice.
Chicken, broccoli, rice. Episode 1 and episode 2 recipes was all that I would eat.
I was like, aren't
the
you
beef
sick
burgers
of chicken,
or
broccoli,
kangaroo burgers. Yeah.
So that was all he was eating, and at our wedding, actually, his best man, Tim, was joking about how their refrigerator was constantly full of...
I bought a second fridge just for my meal preps. I literally would prep 24 meals every week.
That's a serious
Sunday.
dedication to meal
Yeah,
prep.
that was it. So that's how the meal prep started. I literally was just like, let's meal prep. Meal prepping is super effective way to, mostly, the most important part of meal prep is saving time and getting in and out of the kitchen and having all your meals prepared because, you know, I don't even like cooking up everything every day. Right? I like having everything in the fridge ready to go.
And technically I was meal prepping, I just wasn't calling it meal prep. I would make giant batches of things and then not portion it out necessarily, but I was essentially meal prepping so that I wouldn't have to cook and clean every day.
Right. So that first episode went viral within a week.
It was crazy.
Within a week, that video got 20,000 views.
I was still getting, 300 views on a video. Even the sweet potato muffins had like 300 views. And then the next day we released chicken broccoli rice and it went crazy. And then the next day we released something else that wasn't meal prep. And then we were releasing videos that weren't meal prep, but that was the only video taking off. So we were like, guess we should stick to meal prep.
Right. Let's conjure up all my recipes and start pumping them out. And then once we started doing that, we're like, let's just create all the recipes that we have and let's make them into meal preps. Which is how the book happened. That's how the book happened. That's everything you see in the book.
Yeah.
It's basically the first season of the channel.
It works for us because Adam with his chef brain and mine with my creative brain of like, okay, well, I like Italian food and I know that if I am trying to lose weight, I still want to eat things like chicken parm or whatever. And so that's how we would come up with recipes, and then Adam would use his chef brain, and it just kind of worked and kept going from there. But then we were like, well, we still want to make all these other types of videos.
Yeah.
We had so many ideas for content that we wanted to do, but then when we did them, nobody would watch them because you guys had all subscribed because of the meal prep.
Oh, and the other thing was there was no way to be consistent in having a schedule in doing multiple things at once because we were moving so much. We went to Greece. Went to England, back to Australia, back to America. There was no being separated for a long period of time there, being engaged, being married. Like there was no, we could only ever dedicate one video a week. Like to you guys, we could say yes, we are able to do one video a week. It'll be meal prep. Everything else is kind of on the back burner because there's no time. Once you take the 2 to 3 to 5 hours to film an episode, and then the 10 to 20 hours it takes potentially to edit an episode,
it takes a long time.
There's not a lot of time, and especially when you're country hopping, and you know, us not being in a settled place.
And we do everything all on our own.
Right. So there's no people.
We have no team.
There's no one behind the camera.
Yeah.
There's no one on the computer editing. There's no one manning the lights. It's just us.
Yeah. So just so that you also understand, like, because a lot of you really have not been following us for the full 2 years, the things that have happened in the last 2 years, we got engaged. We got married twice, once in Australia and once here in America for his family and my family.
Right.
Let's see, I wrote a list actually.
Wrote a list.
I wrote a list because I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. Okay, ready? So, on the channel, we accumulated 23 million views.
Mm-hmm.
We are about to hit 500,000 followers.
Maybe at the release of this video, we might already hit 5,000. Like,
possibly.
500,000! Woo!
We published the book with DK Publishing. We went on a book tour all across the country. We moved twice. We traveled to multiple countries, like you just said. We lived in Australia. I went back and forth to Australia 3 times and lived there for about 6 months. And we changed our diets completely and made a human.
Oh yes, that's because there's a baby in there.
By the way, if you don't know, I'm pregnant and
a little baby.
Actually, it's a bell pepper today because I just turned 18 weeks.
Honey, it's not. It's a capsicum. It's Australian baby.
Right.
It's capsicum.
What was I thinking?
We're gonna raise this baby right. It's a capsicum.
It's a pepper.
Capsicum.
Oh, Maron. So yeah, we've had like the craziest 2 years ever, and we are excited to finally, not necessarily calm down, but we are going to be a little bit more settled now that Adam has his permanent residency, so we don't have to country hop all the time. Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot is that we were constantly separated because of waiting for his visa, and we had so many issues with waiting for his visa, and so we were constantly separated over those 2 years, which made it even harder to do videos. In fact, if some of you might remember us putting videos up of Adam on the big screen behind me.
Right.
Hey guys!
Yeah, make it Chinese style chicken fried rice.
So, let's get started.
Let's get started.
Not to mention, I've actually been dealing with a chronic illness pretty much since the start of Fit Couple Cooks. So that kind of threw me for a whole loop with my diet, my fitness, everything. And because right up until about Fit Couple Cooks happened, I was a gym junkie and I was like a crazed fitness person. But then medical things happen sometimes. So that'll be another video coming out shortly where I explain everything and hopefully help some other people who might be dealing with the same thing.
Yeah, and probably like that's probably the top of the list. Like that's probably, even though we say the country hopping and everything, like probably the top of the list is like Steph struggled like heaps, and it's been all off camera.
Heaps.
None of that's been
That's why
filmed.
Adam is constantly on Instagram and I'm not.
Yeah, so if you notice, like even you go to the channel now, like my face is everywhere on the channel. It's like every second video is just my face. I put out all the content. This 12-week cut is my content. Like it's mostly because like it's hard for Steph to get in front of the camera with everything that she has going on.
Other people with chronic illnesses understand.
Right, and so like, and then coupled with that, there's the baby. So Steph's pregnant. But we're saying that she is like healthy as. You tell them how your pregnancy's going.
I'm 18 weeks and I wouldn't have even known I was pregnant.
Have you ever thrown up?
No.
Do you feel sick?
No.
Did you get nauseous in a car once and think something was weird?
Yes. That was on our road trip. That's when I found, there's videos of those, but that's how I found out I was pregnant because I was only nauseous for 2 days throughout this whole pregnancy. I'm now in the middle of my 5th month. I'm 18 weeks. And there are other YouTubers right now who are also pregnant who are talking about how sick they are and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, I'm chilling. Like I am extremely healthy. The baby is super healthy. I feel great. I am so excited for what's to come, and with that I also want to share that with you guys and share with you a natural pregnancy and the things that I'm eating and how I feel so good, because I know all of my friends have felt so sick. And I am like the only person that I know so far that actually feels amazing.
Yeah.
So I want to share that with you so that hopefully when you or whatever, somebody gets pregnant, you can do the same things that I'm doing.
Yeah, and so what we kind of want to say in this part of it is that moving forward, we want to show you guys what we actually do on a day-to-day basis to be healthy people, to inspire you, because the biggest thing is, well, how do I do it? Or, well, what do I eat? Or, well, how do you do that? And so for us, I honestly take for granted, like, how easy cooking is for me. and now we've changed our diets. Like, we're so much healthier, and we take for granted like just like how healthy we are and how like there's not a struggle. Like, I don't struggle eating and preparing meals and like knowing what to cook all the time. But you guys at home do. Like, that's like everyone struggles with that, and I know that's probably one of the biggest struggles is people don't know what to eat, people don't know how to cook. That's why we created the channel in the first place.
That's why I created Chef Stef in the first place.
But you guys don't actually see what we do, and so moving forward, we want to set an example. We want to be role models.
Well, I think we were trying to like please everyone. Like, and for Fit Couple Cooks, we wanted to, you know, whatever works for your body. If you wanted to be keto, if you wanted to be paleo, vegan, whatever you wanted to do, fine. We were going to provide recipes for that, so that, you know, we weren't selecting one specific area, and that, you know, just eat healthy. That's all we were trying to do.
But that leads to YouTube burnout. You see so many creators in the last couple of months have been like putting up their burnout videos, and for us it's not sustainable to keep creating content for things that we don't even personally eat, right? So we say now, we think now it's time to like, none of that. We're going to create content around the food that we eat and be specific in the specific diet that we follow, which is
Plant-based.
Plant-based diet. So if you've been following us on Instagram, especially me on this new weight cut, you would know that we eat a plant-based diet now.
I've been plant-based for almost 2 years. Surprise!
Right. So it's not really that much of a surprise. If you'd watched from the start, you would know we put up a pescatarian video, because when we started, Steph was pescatarian. She already wasn't eating meat. And then maybe into...
It was like a month later.
In month into Fit Couple Cooks, she turned vegetarian.
Then I went to Australia, and my chronic illness started to get worse, and a naturopath recommended I go fully plant-based, cut out all gluten, which I already hadn't been eating gluten. Because, I don't know if you guys noticed, but all of our recipes are gluten-free.
Yeah, we're also gluten-free.
But that was just because we just don't eat gluten in general.
Yeah, and you guys would never know that we were gluten-free, and you would never know that all our recipes are gluten-free. Of our 80 recipes, 79 of them are gluten-free. There's only one gluten recipe.
Yeah. He's now been plant-based for
about a year or so. So when we first started this, of course I ate meat. Like, you saw me, I made kangaroo when I was in Australia. And growing up in Australia, like my uncle has a farm, I was a fisherman, I'm a chef. So as being a chef, you have to learn how to deconstruct animals, and you're cooking a lot of meat. You have to learn all the different kinds of meats, how to cook all the different kinds of meats, how to make everything with cream and cheese and dairy and everything. And so it was just naturally part of my life. And it wasn't until, nothing ever fazed me until episode 12 of the Fit Couple Cook series, which was when I made the beef stir fry. Someone noticed that the beef that I was cooking with had been sprayed with a chemical. You can see. Roll to the clip. Should be nice and thin. Nice and thin. Perfect.
Oh, that's red dye.
Yeah, whatever it was. It was sprayed with a dye. And so that was the first time that I was exposed to what happens in America in the beef dairy industry. And so it kind of led me down a rabbit hole to like investigate what happens here in America, because I never experienced it in Australia.
Well, we'll make individual videos too of like how I ended up plant-based, how he ended up plant-based. But that turned into, him going plant-based. Yeah. But then didn't you switch back?
Yeah, so the thing was that I tried it. I did it completely wrong, because there is a distinct difference between being a quote-unquote vegan and being someone that follows a whole food plant-based diet. There is a distinct difference. Yes. And so when I started, I did it completely wrong. I didn't eat any whole foods. I was just like, well, I'm just going to eat no meat.
Chips.
And no dairy. And I felt horrible because I did it completely wrong. Then I learned my lesson.
You were just eating like chips.
Yeah, I was basically just eating chips and beans. And then eventually I learned my lesson, and I got into like understanding the whole food diet, like basically eating whole foods like fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, grains.
Wait, actually, I specifically remember this moment. He was standing in the kitchen, and he was like, I gotta go back to chicken. I have no energy. I'm so cranky. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, what are you eating though? Like, you're not eating healthy food.
Yeah.
But yeah, he caved and went back to chicken, and then he felt gross again. So now we both eat a healthy, plant-based, whole food-based diet.
Yeah, plant-based diet. So And then we're going to make content about all that I found out and how that came to be, because it's not like it's overnight I made a snap decision, or I watched one video, made a snap decision. It's like a lifetime of things that filtered and everything that I found out from being here in America.
Yeah.
And the other thing that kind of intertwines with this is that since we started making videos, we've been mentioned at certain periods that we're non-GMO and try to eat organic. And some of those videos got huge amounts of backlash.
Huge.
But we are so happy with it's a happy, sad story. Poor man has terminal cancer, and he put up a lawsuit against Monsanto, and he won his lawsuit. They definitively proved that Monsanto fraudulently made scientific documents proving that Roundup and glyphosate doesn't cause cancer.
The stuff they spray on crops.
Stuff they spray on crops, yeah. And they definitively proved it last month that it does in fact cause cancer, or can in fact cause cancer, and Monsanto fabricated all the evidence and all the scientific evidence about it. So,
and how much did that guy make?
He has terminal cancer, so he's going to die, but he got $300 million in damages. That is also part of the mission moving forward too, is that not only are we plant-based, but we're advocates for non-GMO, and advocates for organic, and advocates for living a whole food,
basically as natural as you can get.
As natural as you can come,
no
right?
chemicals.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what you should be eating, is just whole food.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to worry that when you buy things at the grocery, like, does this have a chemical in it? I don't know. Like, nobody should have to ever think that.
Right.
It should just be, you go to a grocery, you look at a vegetable, and you go, I know vegetables are healthy, let me eat that vegetable. Not, oh, now there's chemicals in my body. Like,
yeah.
You know? So
there's just so much that comes into this. And so moving forward, we are just going to be sharing our experience and what we face every day. We're going to be creating plant-based content. All of the recipes will be plant-based.
And they'll still be meal prep recipes.
Still be meal prep.
They'll just be plant-based.
Yeah, there'll be how-tos on how to make plant-based things like cheeses.
Like
and
10 different mac and cheeses.
Yeah, how to make things that you think you can't eat when you are plant-based or dairy-free or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be sharing, our experiences on how to live a healthy lifestyle.
How to have a healthy, natural pregnancy. Mm-hmm. Fitness tips.
Fitness stuff. A lot of you have already seen the 12-week cut that I'm doing. Each week I'm giving you guys information about macros and calories, and how to, the only truly way to lose weight consistently is just to track your macros, right? So, and track your calories. And I've been explaining that, and that will continue. And then what we eat in a day videos as well, to show what we actually eat in a day, and how we stay healthy and fit.
So lots of different types of content, which is what we wanted to do in the first place, but we kind of got put in a hole of doing meal prep.
Right.
And so therefore we want a fresh start. We want to just rebrand and evolve. Like, It's literally an evolution, because if Chef Stef hadn't evolved into Fit Couple Cooks, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. Like,
we wouldn't have helped you.
If I had just said, oh, I just want to be Chef Stef forever, like, it just never would have made the switch into how many people that we've helped and how much we've grown. And so it's sometimes scary to make a transition and evolve, but like I said, if I haven't evolved from Chef Stef to Fit Couple Cooks, we wouldn't be here. Chef Stef was a stepping stone into Fit Couple Cooks. And all the things that I learned and figured out as Chef Stef before I even knew Adam existed all the way in Australia helped us turn into Fit Couple Cooks and grow our channel. So now it's the same thing. Now we take our experiences as Fit Couple Cooks and all the things that we've learned and move them into the next step of the evolution, which is going to be called
Steph and Adam. So Steph and Adam is going to be the new channel name. It's basically that because it's now encompassing everything that we do.
It's just all about everything about us and how we live a healthy lifestyle.
Right, and so the main focus is to be examples and to be role models to everyone on the internet. There are so many people on the internet that are quote-unquote role models, and most of them are bad influencers and do things like prank videos and things just to get the views and get the hype and everything. Well, we want to be the people that you know and trust, that you rely on, and to like good, wholesome family content, try and do the right thing, and live healthy.
Yeah, Yeah, we want to be in alignment with who we are, because towards the end of, you know, the last couple of months, we've felt very scatterbrained. We feel like we don't want to make a chicken video, but they're expecting a chicken video. And so we just need a fresh start. Not to mention, we're about to become parents in the next couple of months.
About to become parents.
We want to talk about kids and kids meal prep and kids natural this and that.
Eating what baby's gonna eat.
What do babies eat?
What's a good thing for babies to eat, right?
You know, and so there are so many things that are about to happen and change even more that we already feel like, you know what, we need to pay homage always to Fit Couple Cooks in the same way that I pay homage to Chef Stef. Like, she was amazing person who helped us get here, and now Fit Couple Cooks will be, you know, we'll always pay homage to FCC, because that's how
you guys are part of the Fit fam.
we got here, and you guys are all the Fit fam, and you followed us all the way up to here. So now we're going to transition into the next phase, and we're super excited about it.
That's right.
Because we can finally be who we actually are and not feel like we have to make a chicken video or whatever it is. So,
but with that, just like we said in our opening trailer video,
you don't have to be great to start,
but you have to start to be great. So let's get started. So we are starting. Like, we don't want you guys to expect $100 productions out of the gate. We're just starting. We're just gonna start slow. You know, I've already started this 12-week cut, which is a new style of content. New content will start rolling in. We have dreams to make things like podcasts and to have a higher production food videos. And
build a team.
And build a team, right?
So we don't have to do it all alone.
Right, and have a set, and where we can make things and create things.
And get a boom mic.
Get a boom mic. Get an actual mic. We have this camera we're using right now has no mic attached to it. It's just the audio from the camera. So with that, we have probably let some people down, or let ourselves down a little bit in being a little selfish. I feel in like not allowing people to support us. So up until this point, I felt like, no, I want all of that content to always be free, but I also didn't allow people that wanted to help us. So in moving forward, we also need to, you know, put food on our table and keep the channel going. So in the last 2 years or 3 years, we doubled in subscribers and YouTube revenue halved due to the ad apocalypse.
It lowered by more than half.
More than half.
Our ad revenue. And everybody who's a YouTuber knows you really can't live on ad revenue, because it's small in the first place. So now we've like even gone down even farther. And so even though our subscribers keep growing, our money keeps going down. So we need to give you guys the opportunity to help out.
Want to help us create content for you guys.
Yeah.
So we're finally starting a Patreon.
Because so many of you have been asking.
Some of you have been asking
like
for Patreon.
2 years.
Yeah.
And we haven't done it yet. So we are finally starting a Patreon.
This is going to act, I guess, as our makeshift first Patreon video. And yeah, I guess links will be below. As of this moment, we're creating this video, still hashing out how that looks. But by the time this video uploads, there will be stuff on there for you guys to see and check out. So you guys can help us produce content and get really cool stuff.
And I think the videos on that channel, on the Patreon, will be much more intimate.
Right.
Because as much as we want to be very public with our lives, there are also some things that we might want to be a little bit more private about. Like,
absolutely.
There are things that I really want to talk about pregnancy, but there are also things about pregnancy that, you know, for the birth portion, you know, like I might want to share a little bits here and there about it with just the Patreon family.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and there's also, yeah, like I said, that's all going to bring new stuff, and we can't definitively say right now how it's going to look. Haven't got to be great to start, just got to start to be great. So we are really excited, and we hope that you guys are excited too, excited for the journey, and we just want to say, I don't know what we said, let's get started. Let's just,
well, it's still like, even though, see, here's the thing, right? Even though we changed our name.
Oh, we aren't changing.
Well, technically we haven't changed in the last, you know, year or so, but you guys have still known us as Fit Couple Cooks. So we're changing to be Steph and Adam so that we can feel more authentic and more aligned with who we are. And the thing is, the name doesn't really matter anyway. We could have called ourselves
Bloody blah blah.
Ren and Stimpy, and I don't even know where that came from. I was never allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy. Anyway, that was the first duo that came in my head. So, you know, it doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just we're here. We're gonna be super authentic with you guys, and we're really excited for this next phase, step, evolution, whatever you want to call it, and we hope you'll join us for the ride.
That's it. So, I guess, as always, the one thing that will stay, always.
The other thing I want to say is this.
Okay.
Even if you are not plant-based, and at this point you may have already clicked off because you heard that we're going plant-based, here's the thing. Everybody needs to eat more fruits and vegetables, right? So you don't have to be plant-based 24/7. If you want to follow some of our recipes for, you know, 1 meal a day or whatever it is, or two days a week, whatever that it may be for you, it doesn't really matter. It's not like, oh, you can't watch now because they're plant-based.
Yeah,
like,
just try it. Try
it
more
out.
veggies. Veggies are nice.
Should we tell them the biggest secret ever?
What's that? What? Oh yeah, tell them that one, yeah.
Alright, this is the biggest secret ever. None of you have figured this out. But one of the most watched videos and the most remakes that we get up any of our videos is Steph's curry. Guess what? Steph's curry is plant-based, gluten-free, everything. And the reason why we made that was because that's basically what I was eating, and we didn't want to call it vegan curry because or plant-based curry because we knew that, you know, you guys wouldn't even want to watch it, but so many of you love that recipe and you're not even plant-based.
Yeah.
So, you know, plant-based food is delicious, and we hope that you will give it a shot and love it as much as we do.
That's it.
Whether you eat it 24/7 or 1 day a week, doesn't really matter.
Yeah. See more veggies. Veggies are good for you.
And if you do have plant-based friends, make sure to tag them in the description box below.
Yes. So, I guess the things that will stay, let's get started will stay. How's it going will stay. Wow, that'll stay. Beautiful, that'll stay. And I guess to end it, you want to end it?
Okay.
That will stay?
Anything else you want to say? I'm good.
Just
okay.
Namaste.
Imagine when the little baby comes out, it's going to be like, Namaste. You can teach him that. Maybe that'll be his first word. Namaste.
No, I want to say wow.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I want to say, no, I want to say g'day. Teach it g'day. G'day, Dad.
If the first word is not mom, this is not
No,
good.
it has to be g'day.
G'day? That's
G'day.
so hard. Good. Mom is easier than
G'day.
G'day.
G'day. G'day.
We'll see. And if you keep watching, you'll find out too what baby's first words are.
Straya. Straya. Uluru. Kangaroo. Wallaby.
Okay.
Emu. Platypus. I guess if you want to go find anything else, links are in below. Bye guys.